Hi, welcome back to Soul Therapy. I'm Tamika. I'm your friendly hostess. Today, you're getting just me. No fancy background, no art, no scenic views behind this person who sits before you. You're just getting me. And before I go into what this day 4 on my YouTube journey is about, I just want to say thank you for showing up. Thank you for my new subscribers. Yay. It feels good to be seen, but also feels good to be heard and not even so much acknowledged, but just for me to realize that something that I have to say, something that I have to offer is valued in some way to another person. So thank you. So today, before I begin, I want to say that, I started out this day thinking about how structured I would like to be in my YouTube journey, how much I want to treat this opportunity to sit before you and share and to pose new thoughts or just thoughts that maybe are dormant in your mind. Um, yeah, I just really want to acknowledge how this is something that can be very challenging for someone like me who is terribly uncomfortable showing up in front of people beyond just the regular day to day moving and being and existing in the world. And so, because of that, I want to offer grace not only to myself, but to those of you who are choosing to listen and to take in what I share and have to offer. YouTube is known for being a place of learning, a place where we get to explore and either identify with something that resonates with us because of curiosities, values, beliefs, and abilities, but also those components of how we live life and understand life, whether it be um, how to make a meal a certain way, how to use a recipe effectively and fulfill some sort of a satiation, um, how to get a job, how to understand applications and software, and how to navigate living abroad or traveling or understanding what other places are like that you are not familiar with. All of those things are so very helpful. Hence, we have a YouTube University in the social world. For me, I'm a person who practices um, examination of thought, examination of how we use the things that we think about and apply them to our practical life, our experiences, whether we are learning from the things that we've done in the past, and if we haven't, what that looks like. So there's so many nuance type ways of showing up here. I want to offer you a safe space to expand on all of it. Sometimes I'm going to have some very specific points to present, and other times I'm going to ask questions about how people are actually processing what it is that they're taking in. If we're just consuming for the sake of consuming, or if we're actually able to use the information that we are taking in and apply it to our lives and not just some sort of entertainment or some sort of senseless or mindless, not senseless, mindless scrolling, if you will, mindless consumption? Or are we using YouTube as a form of numbing ourselves? Those are things that I've asked myself around all points of social media because, yes, the Instagrams, the Facebook stories, the TikToks, the threads, Substack stories where things are in more written, literal form. Um, and then, yes, there's YouTube because it has so much to offer anybody. You can always find the algorithm does work. It gives us exactly what we are telling it we have some interest in or we have some curiosity about. So, my personal point and purpose here is to offer a little bit more right where you are is what came to me this morning. And the thought that formed after that was centered around being okay with where you are right now, physically, mentally, all the aspects of your life right now. Are you letting yourself be in full acceptance of them and not just in a figurative sense, but in the sense of, is it all right with you, no matter what you're seeing on any of the socials, um, that you are where you are right now, even if you have goals, aspirations, and points of interest that you are projecting your vision toward, that you're looking towards? Are you okay with being where you are right now? Hopefully, you're asking yourself this question as I'm posing it to you, and you are allowing the answer to become true. Yes. The reason I say that is because what I've learned in my span of time on this planet is that to be in opposition with what is generally futile. What do I mean? It does not serve me to be resistant in ways that I cannot immediately change what is. So, without going into any kind of specific beliefs in political, social, socio-political things, um, we all are experiencing an energetic response to the way that the world is, the state of the world, the condition of what's happening in what we call the powers that be. Well, I like to add myself to the powers that be, and I like to focus on the God, goddess in me being a part of that council that we call powers that be, because there's something that I get to acknowledge, and that is I am in agreement or I am not in agreement with what the council, quote unquote, powers that be are putting out right now. So it makes me go back to myself. It causes me to ask myself, Tamika, hmm, what are you in agreement with right now about the way things are? And I answer, hmm, on the ground level, on the internal level, I'm in agreement with me. And it doesn't mean you become this bird who sticks its head in the sand and you ignore or attempt to ignore the things that you know are going on around you. It just means you make a choice to focus on what you can control. And usually that is yourself. Usually that is the thing that causes me to calm my thoughts, calm my nervous system, and stay true to what it is that I want, what I need, and desire. And usually it keeps things very basic. And so if that's you that needed to hear this, you're welcome. Because yes, we have access to so many things that we are able to aspire to, like leaving the country, like traveling, even if it's just temporarily because you need a reprieve, like getting a different job, increasing and improving your finances, um, improving your health, your physical health, your internal health through diet and exercise. You have access to yourself first and foremost. And I think what happens in the general hustle and bustle of living, even just waking up and your eyes opening in the first part of your day, your mind begins to tell you all these things about what you have to do versus what you get to do. And what I practice for myself so that I can stay at a state of stasis. And rather than begin my day with all of these different engines running, I prefer to take a deep breath and then say thank you, because apparently I'm here and I have now a new opportunity to reassess that I'm here. That means I have choices. How am I going to use the choices that I have right here, where I am right now? What do I have the ability to affect? Some people don't like to think that deep. People are so caught up in, again, the outside stuff that it can be a challenge to take a moment and consider what the inner self is able to give you. If you just have a moment, you can calm yourself and remember, I am here for me right now. That's what matters first. That's actually what matters most. Because as soon as I start to think about what's out there that I can impact, it changes everything about how I keep myself at a state of effectiveness. I can only be effective if I have just this sense of groundedness. It's the thing that happens when you remember to breathe. It's the thing that happens when you are faced with multiple projects, multiple tasks, things that you have to do in your mind. You're saying, I have to pay the bills. I have to pay my rent. I need to get groceries. I have to take out like all of those things are true. They're simple. They may be basic, but everything is relative, right? Everything depends on how you're looking at it. But what's first and foremost is right where you are, right here, right now. Be. Allow yourself to be. And then anything else after that is easier to approach. It gives you a little more free reign in your thinking about what is next for you. Um, yeah, that's what I have to offer today. And the reason I have to offer that today is because that's what I needed to offer myself. So I hope that this was somehow beneficial to you. Let me know down in the comments section, and I look forward to showing up for you again. Please know we're only just beginning. I have so much I know that will come through me, and I want to continue to be a blessing, a vessel of good service to you, but first to me. Okay? Have a wonderful day. Bye.